Hey yogis, this is a little chair yoga live. If you want to do some leg stretching with me, you might be at work, you might be at your desk at home, you might be sitting on a chair, in which case you've got an advantage because you're already there. So just a little sequence to stretch out the legs. I'm going to use a belt. You could use a sock, you could use a tie, anything you've got, jumper, just something to catch hold of your foot if your arms aren't long enough. And I've got a chair. I'm going to make sure all four of the feet are firmly on the floor. So if you've got wheels on your chair, then you can put your brakes on, or get a chair without wheels so you don't go shooting off. So let's sit on our chairs. And I'm going to sit like near the front of my chair so I can really feel the sitting bones and not too much kind of thigh in the way. So if I sit back, my feet are dangling and I can't really feel my support. So if I move forward, I can feel my feet. I'm moving my feet forward so they're underneath my knees, and I can really feel the support of my pelvis. And just have the belt near you, maybe tuck it behind you. And let's just start with some gentle cat and cow movement just to loosen off the spine and to loosen the attachments of the pelvis. So as I breathe out, I'm kind of pulling my belly into my spine, leaning back so the space between my shoulder blades comes towards the back of the chair. And as I breathe in, I'm moving my chest forward, opening the top of the chest, lifting the head up a little bit and really rolling the pubic bone forward and down. So just a few rounds of this, just thinking about waving through the spine. This position, apparently you look like a cow. And this position, you definitely look like an angry cat, kind of sitting on a chair. You don't, but that's what they're called, cat and cow. And then just sitting nice and tall, just shrugging the shoulders, seeing if you can bring the chin and the ears back so you really feel length in the back of the spine, crown of the head reaching up, and that support, that safe support, grounding you into the floor. Feet flat on the floor, maybe a couple of fists between the knees. And I'm going to start by just stretching out one leg, stretch it out in front of me. The other foot becomes my support so that I can lean forward and maybe slide my hand down. I'm pushing my heel into the floor and my supporting foot into the floor. I'm pulling my toes back, so I'm feeling a really big stretch. And at the moment, I'm kind of coming down with kind of a straight back, keeping my ears back. But I could also curl down a little bit if that's okay. Don't want to drop the head too much if you're going to go dizzy. And then coming back, and then bringing that foot back on the floor. I'm going to take hold behind the knee and squeeze it into my chest. Maybe I'll even take the hands around the shin, squeeze it more. Maybe you're here, maybe you're here, doesn't matter. And while you're squeezing it in, have a good chance to roll the ankle and reach out the toes a little bit, however feels good for you. Very nice. And then release from that hold and maybe take the knee out to the side and squeeze it in towards the armpit. Maybe you'll be able to hug in a little bit deeper. Maybe take hold of the elbows, the knee in towards your armpit, sitting up straight. Or maybe you're here, maybe you're here. A nice open squeeze. Very nice. And then taking that leg down, sitting up nice and tall, having a breath. And then taking the other foot out, put the heel on the floor, support yourself with the other foot flat on the floor, sliding the hand down the leg, pulling the toes back towards you, feeling a stretch in the back of the leg probably. You can come down with a flat back, or you could even curl the spine and go even lower if you want to, if it's safe for you. And keeping on pressing on the floor with that other foot so you're not going to fall off your chair. Coming up, bringing that foot back flat on the floor, taking hold, giving a squeeze. And you might be squeezing really tight in towards the chest, or you might be just picking up the foot a little bit. Maybe the leg doesn't come up at all, and you need to just lift it off the floor enough so that you can start some of these nice ankle movements. Scrunching the toes, flexing and pointing, doing lots of circles. And then we're going to just release the hug a little bit, just so that you've got enough room to take the knee out to the side. Squeeze it into the armpit. Maybe you can squeeze it quite high and hug, elbows together sitting up. Or maybe you're here, or again, maybe you're here. Taking that knee out to the side, hugging in as much or as little as you want. And then releasing And then shrugging the shoulders, taking a nice deep breath. Okay, and then we're going to lift the knee up. And you can catch hold of the foot if you've got long enough arms, or if you've got that mobility to do that. But probably nicer even to take the foot into the belt. So you might be kind of arranging your belt while you're leaning forward, just kind of sliding that belt. You can even do some of this nice rubbing on the bottom of the foot, wake the foot up, and then it helps you to position the belt in the right place. Press down on this supporting leg so that you can lift up. Don't have to straighten the leg, but you're just lifting up, opening up the chest, and you can start by pressing the foot forward. Funny that you get the sole of my foot really shining brightly there. And I want my arms to be relaxed, so I might take a bit of a longer belt so that I can really rest. I might not have the legs straight, it might just be pushing into the belt. Belt's pulling the foot back. And you can also, bent or straight, take that leg out to the side. So it might be bent, it might be straight, it might go a little bit, it might go a lot. I can see there's lots of comments, but I can't actually see them. I'll come and see them after. Lifting up, chest to the front, leg to the side, and then coming back to the front. Now this time you're going to take the belt in the opposite hand. You're going to hold the leg where it is, here, 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 wherever it is. Move your belly out of the way so you can twist your rib cage towards the side of the straight leg. You can hold onto the chair and just have a nice little twist as if you're kind of twisting your rib cage towards that straight leg. Taking a few breaths, careful with the neck. You don't need to take your head further round and to the side. Come back to center, bend the leg, and now pull the knee in towards the armpit again and see if you can place the foot on the opposite knee, at which point you can release the belt and you can bring your hands into prayer position. You can take them up into the sky and bring them onto your shoulders. You can have a side bend, either with the arms or maybe just reaching one arm down, one side of the rib down, side bending, and maybe even reaching forward, just positioning yourself so it's safe for your knee. Don't overly twist the knee. You don't have to bend forward. But if you were to bend forward, you want to imagine that your pelvis is kind of tipping pubic bone towards the floor. Just really kind of going to wherever's comfortable. I mean, some people can kind of go all the way to the floor, rest down here, but just go where it's nice. You can also give yourself a little foot massage here. If you can reach your foot, use your thumbs to kind of just intuitively wake the sole of the foot up and then come up, spine straight, very gently replace the foot on the floor. And maybe because it's been kind of on the other knee and the ankle a little bit twisted, maybe you want to do a little bit of foot smooching. And then place that foot down. And we'll do the same on the other side. So I'm going to lift the other leg up, maybe take hold of the foot with my arms, but I don't want to be reaching the foot and really bending my spine. So I'm going to bring the belt underneath the foot. Now I might have the belt on the floor. I can't just pick my leg up just like that. I might be kind of starting from the floor. So taking the belt and kind of lassoing it under the foot, and then you can pick the leg up like that. So you've woken up the bottom of your foot with the belt, and then it can kind of help you get it into place so that it's around the ball of the foot. And then I'm going to concentrate on having my spine straight. Knee can be bent or straight. I'm going to press my foot into the belt. I'm going to draw my shoulders back and down and just have a little stretch here. Again, it doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter if the leg's straight or bent. I'm just pressing the foot forward and front. Then I'm going to take the belt in the same hand as the foot, and I'm going to open to the side. Again, you might be bent. You might come open a little bit. You might be further down, open, open. You might be way up here, stretching open. Doesn't matter. Have a nice stretch. Try and maintain the integrity of the spine so that as if your spine is reaching towards the floor. Oh, so many comments and I can't see them today. I will have a look at all your lovely comments in a minute. Even with my glasses on, you're still tiny. And then come back to the front, stretch that foot forward. Now take the belt into the opposite hand. And what we're going to do is, I'm not going to do anything with the foot, but this time we're going to reach the rib cage to the side. So it's like you might have to pull your belly out of the way and kind of hand on the sternum to maybe help you kind of think about moving the ribs back, hold onto the chair maybe, and just have a twist against that leg that's straight forward. Take a few breaths. It's hard to find your breath here in this twist, but there is enough room to breathe, I promise. And then turning the ribcage back to the front, bending the knee, bringing it towards the armpit again like we did in the beginning, and crossing that foot over the knee. And you can release the belt. You can position yourself for a kind of mini tree pose. Hands in prayer, hands on shoulders, maybe hands up. You could then have a bit of a side bend in this tree pose, maybe with or without the arms. And then you could kind of settle in to imagine that you're going to turn the pelvis forward and down. And don't force the knee. So like, you know, I'm looking like I'm putting a lot of weight here, but I'm not going to press the knee down. I'm just going to see if I can reach my chest forward. Come down as much as you want. Some people can come all the way down. You could always have a bolster here and rest on the bolster. Just don't go as far. Don't go further than is comfortable. We want to feel a delicious kind of opening in the back of the hip, but not any risk to the knee. And then I'm going to bring my spine up straight, take hold underneath the knee again, maybe wriggle out the foot. Bring foot back down to the floor, and I'm just going to finish my practice by breathing in, stretching the arms up. If the arms go up, that's great. If not, reach the ribs up. Breathing out, bring the hands through center of the chest, take both heels forward, dig them in so you don't fall off the floor, off the chair. I can straighten my legs, or I can keep them slightly bent. I'm going to move my chest forward, and I can really feel the sitting bones move back. And again, like we did one-sided before, I can either keep my spine straight, or I can fold forward here, anchoring with my heels. Then I'm going to lift my chest, look forward, slide my hands back up, and one at a time, bring my feet flat on the floor. And that's the practice for today. I'm going to come forward and have a look at some of the lovely comments now. And I hope you have a lovely day. And that is so easy to do. All you need is a sock or a belt, a chair, and some legs and a body. So there we are. Let's see. Lots and lots of comments here. Thank you all so much. And I will see you at the next one.